going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry I haven't made any content in a while. I've made some YouTube short videos, but nothing like crazy. I've just been in mad scientist mode working on my 24 valve. I've got a few little upgrades done to it. Sorry I didn't take you along while I was working on it. Just too much frustration and learning and as I'm going, and just didn't have time to capture all that. All right, without too much else, let's get into it. First, just a little walk around. I've got the truck a little bit cleaned up. Got the tire shine on it, so I got to document that. Let's get around to the sunny side. Oh, there's Rippy. I have bad luck with center caps. I can never keep a set of center caps, so I don't even worry about it anymore. All right, so sorry I got started on this project without y'all. I made another compound setup. All right, see if I can explain everything without forgetting too much. First of all, hot pipe. It was all straight, piece of straight pipe off of my old truck's 3-inch. I probably should have gone bigger, but this is what I had, and this is a budget setup. Learned how to do pie cut exhaust, and I bought the cheap flux core welder from Harbor Freight, nothing fancy, and a chop saw from Tractor Supply. So this is all as do-it-yourself as you can get with it on a pretty low budget. Got a lot of stuff on Amazon. This flange right here. The T6 flange, I got that off Amazon for about 70 or 80 bucks. Can't remember. Tapped into the oil auxiliary port right there on this one. So I got a glare on my phone, can't see where. That is a -6 from an 8 MPT adapter into a 45-degree -6 fitting and AN, and then into the turbo right there off Amazon from Evil Energy, I think is what they were. I got this cold pipe, Amazon, 3.5 inch. These boots, 4 to 3.5, and then 3.5. And this turbo come off Amazon. It's my leftover turbo from my 12 valve build, and I'll eventually upgrade it. It is a S475 96 turbine with 132 housing, and it is pretty laggy. Oh, and the exhaust is 4-inch. This adapter, there's an adapter that's a 5 to 4-inch. It's like a 4-inch exhaust, and this is, I bought this bend, 90-degree bend, but I made the 45-degree bend right here, and it's a 2 or 3 piece downpipe. It's several pieces. It goes into a V-band and then into a butt clamp. So, but I had to do what I had to do. And it's all pie cut from stainless material. There's my ugly boogers. I don't care what y'all say about them. I'm just proud of myself for getting it done and doing it. And there's a V-band, and so it works. It does what it needs to do. Oil drain is a -10, and it goes into the block. I don't know if I can get a video of it down there. I'll try. Yep, there it is, if it'll focus. These 24 valves had an extra port down there on the block where you can add a drain. You don't have to Y into anything. So I did that. And so my theory was, using this HY35, it's a factory turbo. I probably made the most horrible setup, but it's one of the things where I had a welder and I had an extra turbo. It's one of the things, just because you can doesn't mean you should, but that's what I wanted to find out. So my theory was, the factory turbo is wastegated at 20 PSI, and then figure whatever gets wastegated will go into that one. It does, Not under factory fueling, it doesn't really do much. So I figured that out. Which I knew I was going to need a boost fooler of some sort or a programmer, and I didn't want to do a big programmer. But then after looking at prices of an easy plug-in 60 horse programmer or whatever, it really wasn't too much more expensive to buy a nice one. So bought an Edge Comp, bought the new one. Supposed to add 180 horsepower and 350 or 400 foot-pounds, and it wakes it up, not even gonna lie. I put the BD stealth cover on it, and that's a brand new Scheid diesel VP44, and my Hackery splice right there. I'm gonna fix that. I just got in a hurry, got all excited. So with all that being said, it is fun to drive now, very fun. But I do need to put injectors and head studs. I've got head studs to put in. Got to order some injectors. So back to my theory on how this was going to act. That turbine housing is a little big, because I thought my programmer was broken. I got in it first good time, hit 20 psi super quick, and then power fell off. And I was like, what's going on? So I hammered on it, and then it wanted to take off a little bit more. I forgot all about the boost lag and how much it would be. So once I finally figured that out, I was only hitting 20 psi for the longest time. And then I realized all that, and I've gotten it up to 35, but I let out, not trying to blow anything up just yet, like my transmission, which it's been rebuilt, but I just don't know to what extent, like how beefed up it is. So yeah, got to get injectors, like I said, and hopefully need a smaller housing. So once I upgrade turbos, I'm going to get a 115 housing. That's what I put on my red truck, or my 12 valve. The spool is way better. The transition, you know, from the time the lower turbo wakes it up, you know, it's a lot smoother. This one is, it parties to 20 psi, then falls off, and then it parties again at around 25 to 30, like really parties. So that's I don't really like that transition right there, where it's powerful, then it falls off, and then it gets powerful again. I want a smoother transition, so that'll be the next venture, is getting that figured out. So I might be going with 100 horse injectors, and I bought some exotic head studs. I've had decent, well, I don't want to say decent, I've had good luck out of them on my 12 valve. So I bought another set for this one. It looks pretty cool sitting in there like that. So basically why I did all this was I was building my 12 valve, and it's got so much power that once I started driving this again, this thing felt broken. And I couldn't be having that. Like, it felt way underpowered. So that's what I did. Yeah, just out here on some old coal roads. But yeah, I'll try to add some sound driving clips into this. It whistles really good at around 10, 11 psi. Then once I hit about 35 the other day, that turbo's screaming. But I don't want to get on it too much. I don't want to blow something up within the first few days of having this thing, so I'm just driving it easy for right now. Level 3 is a good power for around town off idle. Feels like it'll pull itself out of a wet paper sack now. So yeah, y'all keep staying tuned. I appreciate all the views and likes and comments. I'll try to bring y'all along. Sorry I got started on this without y'all. That's just one of those things. I got started, got it in my head, went mad scientist mode, and couldn't film anything while I was working. So here's where we're at now. All right, again, thanks for watching.